Hello, you beautiful people. Welcome back to Forza Horizon 4. Welcome back to the channel. I hope you're well. Today, we're checking out a brand new car to Forza Horizon 4, the Hennessy Velociraptor 6x6. If you are new around here, definitely consider subscribing. We are very close to 11,000 subscribers. Let's go check out the Hennessy Velociraptor. To add the Hennessy Velociraptor 6x6 to your garage in Forza Horizon 4, you need to complete the Seasonal Championship Into the Wilderness for Series 28 in the spring season. The Hennessy Velociraptor 6x6 then has a 3.5 litre 600 horsepower twin turbocharged engine, and what's good fun about that is that 600 horsepower goes to all 6 wheels, which makes it pretty good off-road. What makes it even better is that the Hennessy Velociraptor is based on a Ford F-150 Raptor, and that is one of the best off-roading vehicles in the game, so by rights this should be pretty good as well. So to find out, we're going to put this up against the Mercedes 6x6, the one you can get from doing the Top Gear stories. We're going to see which one is better just through a few tests, and then we'll take the Hennessy Velociraptor, go do some upgrades and see what we can do. Let's go ahead and compare the two cars side by side. The Hennessy Velociraptor running 600 horsepower, 622 foot-pounds of torque, and weighs just under 6,700 pounds in weight. Whereas the G63 AMG 6x6 is running less power at 536, less torques at 560, but weighs 2,500 pounds more at 9,050 pounds. Now, both cars are obviously 6-wheel drive, but the Velociraptor does have the slight advantage according to the facts and figures with a better power to weight ratio. But let's put that to the test. Let's go do a drag race. Right then, drag race, fairly simple, fastest time wins. I have driver tire difficulty on New Racer as not to give any indication as to how fast the Mercedes 6x6 is, because obviously the driver tires will just go really slowly to make it easy. Right then, Hennessy Velociraptor up first, fastest time wins. Let's go. Let's get all my gear changes on point to make this as fair a test as possible. 80 miles an hour. Come on, Hennessy. Let's go. Not going to be biased whatsoever. 100 miles an hour across the line. First place. What's the time? 13.313. Right then, the G63 AMG 6x6. Here we go. 13.313 to beat. Let's go. Gear changes are a lot shorter. Can it even hit 100 miles an hour before the finish line? Like the Hennessy? 95. I'm not too shocked. It is down on power. To the Velociraptor, 13.997. 0.6 of a second slower. So that's 1-0 to the Velociraptor. The drag race probably came as no shock that the Hennessy won that. It has more power, it has more torque, it has less weight. So I'm not too shocked, but what we're going to do now, we're going to race them. I'm going to upgrade the Velociraptor to the top of Class A. So let's go ahead and check out good old engine conversions. That's all we can do in the conversion sector. So we're running a 3.5 litre 600 horsepower. We can have a racing 7.2 litre V8 850 horsepower, or a racing V6 twin turbo 914 horsepower. That does still keep us in Class A. I'm going to go ahead and slot that in. We've got the power. I'm going to say we're going to need some handling. So we're going to need some big old race brakes. We're going to need the anti-roll bars to keep us steady. We're also going to need a roll cage because, well, 6x6 needs a roll cage. And I might try and take a bit of weight. Whoa. 1,612 pounds that takes out. 5,100 pounds. We do go into Class S1, which I can sort by making the rear wheels bigger. 21-inch rims on our Hennessy. What can we go to? 24-inch rims. Now that is baller, but we're going to keep it 21s because we are going to be racing it. Our tyres and rims, I can't get any upgraded tyres on, but what I can do is cheekily make the rear wheels wider, which might be a mistake because if you've got really wide rear tyres, we have all the grip in the world, and then skinny front tyres, we might get more understeer when it's getting stock. But we're going to go ahead and make them a little bit wider, just 325s on the rear. After all our upgrades are said and done, we're weighing 5,217 pounds, 914 horsepower, Class A 800, and 273,700 credits worth of upgrades. Now, I'll be the first to admit, this thing sounds absolutely ridiculous. Are you ready? A good old racing engine in me stretched pickup truck. Sounds insane, but it's quick and does the job. Here we go then, the Hennessy Velociraptor, a little off-road race up against the AMG 6x6. 900 horsepower being pumped from that racing V8. Let's go, go, go. Let's have them. See how this thing does. Now, it is pretty quick. I mean, it's going to be 900 horsepower. How does it do in the corners and the lumps and bumps? So far, pretty good if we mind that. Old barn find seems to be in the way. That's comfortably 100 miles an hour across the top of these mountains. Nice little jump. We're handling things pretty well. Let's see how it does here. Masses of understeer, which I was kind of expecting. Also, driver tires getting the same. Why are they braking? Just accelerate. Still braking. Just move. Never take the jumps, always slower. Everybody has run wide on that corner. I've missed a checkpoint. It's all gone horribly wrong. Look at them, they're like a little train. It's like they're connected. What's going on? Understeer galore. I mean, I knew this thing would understeer. I knew it would. I didn't think it'd be that good in the corners. Now, because driver tires can't drive their 6x6s, I'm all the way back up to third after missing that checkpoint because they keep missing checkpoints and having to respawn. So hopefully we're in front of more AMGs. Here we are, look, they've crashed. And that's the Hennessy out in front. So it's a 1-2 Hennessy finish. I'm going to call this one. I'm going to say the Velociraptors have won this. There's two of them up front are 1-2. And there's 3 Mercedes, 3 Hennesseys, 1 Mercedes, 2 Hennesseys, 1 Mercedes bring up the rear. So I'm going to give that to the Velociraptors. Only just though. Only just. So to sum up that little test, I don't think it really matters which one is better. They're both essentially the same thing. 6-wheel drive and stretched versions of their standard counterparts. It just depends which one you prefer over the other. For me, it is the Ford Hennessy. I just prefer its shape and the fact it's a stretched F-150. But there's one more thing I want to do with this. Let's test it as a drift car. As I make the Hennessy drift, we don't have the normal upgrades we would use to make a car drift. We don't have drift suspension and we don't have the rear wheel drive conversion. But what I am going to do, give this as much power as I can. So I'm going to slot in the racing 7.2 litre V8. Going to make it twin turbo. And I've also gone ahead, slotted in all the power upgrades and given it 1,356 horsepower. Now to also help it drift, I've brought the PSI on the tyres all the way to the top. So we're running 55 at the rear and 40 at the front. I've also locked the diffs front and rear. Front doesn't really matter because I put all the power the rear, essentially making it rear wheel drive. Only one thing left to do, let's test it. Now I'm not entirely sure this is going to work. It's going to have way too much grip. It has got 4 tyres at the rear. Chuck in with the use of the handbrake. Down second. Power on. It just wants to straighten up. Drift, you beast. Back up to third. Chuck her in. Handbrake. Power. Ooh, I'm stuck in between the two. It's not too bad. It is kicking the back end slightly. 46,000. Let's try that again, but this time with an off-road drift zone, where it seems to do a little bit better with getting the back end out, purely because I think it's on gravel, but it's not brilliant at drifting. It's way too much grip at the rear. Having to use the handbrake quite a lot. Chuck her in. All power. He just grips up and tries to push me forwards. Woo! Good fun though. 24,600. That's not bad. I think the point I'm trying to make with the Hennessy Velociraptor is not to take it too seriously. It is just a bit of fun. It can be whatever you want it to be. It is a stretched F-150. And that, in my books, is awesome. It's just a cool thing to have in Forza Horizon 4. It's a 6x6. Anyway, as always, thank you so much for watching. If you've enjoyed today's video, definitely consider subscribing, consider the like button, stay safe, and have an awesome day.